Hello everyone, Teacher here. Welcome back to the first video in 2024. Hope you've all entered the year well, and I'm gonna talk to you about how to transition from one team to another during your raids when you unlock new characters. So if you're ready, let's take a closer look. So some of you might have guessed it, this is gonna be about Thorin, how I'm transitioned him into my team, because I only actually used him in 2 chapters, and still he managed to improve my raid score overall, but that's not the focus of this video about how I improve my score. What I wanna have focus on is how you can improve your raid score when you unlock the new characters or you get to a new star and you are not really sure where to go. So I actually decided to go ahead and try this. This is from yesterday when I did chapter 4. I tried him with Haradrim instead of Ubate. It got me around a 300 score increase, but I wasn't happy with it. I was sure I could find something else. So I decided to go with the team that has the most difficulty of my teams in chapter 4, and that is Gondor, because Gondor lacks cleanse. So I decided to go with Thorin Leader, Feely, and Keely, and then Boromir and Faramir. So let's roll the footage. As you can see, this is the look. I'm basically running last stand on everyone, but we can take a look at that when we actually get into it. So 43k, and I believe it's, what is it, 60 plus k that we need, so we are quite underpowered for this. So this is what I did. Actually, this is not ideal, but I went with it anyway, just for the attempts. As you can see, last stand and armor piercer basically on everyone. So ideally, you would want Thorin. Okay, yeah, I was about to reset, but I was like, no, I don't want to keep doing this. This was maybe my 10th attempt. Ideally, you would want Feely, Keely, and Boromir in a set like this. If someone goes before Thorin, then you would want that. The reason why for this team I wouldn't want Faramir blinded is because he has a slow that he can inflict, but I figured let's just go with it anyway. We land the marked, and that is the most important thing, because now we can just do this. Huh. He didn't have armor pierce or bloodlust. I think maybe I just slapped some health glyphs on him. Maybe he's missing something, I don't know. So here we have Shield Wall Last Stand, because those were the ones that granted him the best. Now this was really good. That's also something I feel is a lot to be focused on in chapter 4, but also chapter 3. Resistance. Like resistance glyphs I think are more important than most people, even myself, have concluded. So yeah. Here we're just slowly getting him down. We didn't get a what was it called? A slow there. That's sad, but we do get this up and running. So basics all around. We do here, like you can see, we're doing pretty good damage considering this is difficulty free. Now that sucked. Also, like the brothers, like one is gear 6, the other is only gear 7. So and one is 6-star, another is 5-star. So there's a lot to help to be done. Now I was surprised about this damage here, but overwhelmed, pretty pretty damn powerful. So yeah, this is really interesting, and for me to transition out of this, because dwarves are gonna have more, I'm gonna have more dwarves. I'm thinking I want to transition Gimli into this kind of squad, both for chapter 2, 3, and 4, because he has provoke, he has some regen, he has retaliate, he has might, he has weaken, so he has a lot of good utility for the kids, but also the fact that he is a dwarf, so he's actually pretty good, and also there's the fellowship down the line. So yeah, that was a whole lot of damage, more than I anticipated, so we go this, and yeah, there we go. So again, we go with the heal here. Now this is already a 160k score increase from my Gondor Ranger in this, because they lack damage at the moment, so they due to them not having their basics and everything up and running for the damage, I like the damage in order to be on the clock, so to say, because it is a DPS check race on the Balrog. So here we go, we get this down again. This was really, really nice. Feely only has his basic at level 3, I believe, so yeah, that's pretty nice, and we get some resistance there. There we go, a whole bunch of damage. Sadly, I didn't land the expose there. That is what I went with, or tried to do at least. So I'm just doing this because the other ones are only level 1, so it's there's no point in actually using the other abilities, and also I get the assist for the heal. Now this was really, really sad. If he hadn't done that on Faramir, I would have gotten the kill, or the flinch, so to say, but this is where I know, okay, this is a good enough run. Here we go. And now he's resisting due to him having that second pop. And then we do stuff like this. Sadly, it should line up best with Thorin. But yeah, here I'm basically, this is just, yeah. So the run comes in at 659k, so that was almost a 500k score increase, and that allowed me to get to 2.5 million with my overall. So that was pretty nice, and that's what I want to focus on, because I was actually kind of disappointed that I couldn't use my dwarf squad in all chapters, but I had to work with what I did, and that was Thorin and Feely for the time being. Healy is gonna be the next one. So for me, he was with my Rohan in the chapter 2, and wow, the damage for Eomer when he has his summon out, and especially the damage from the summon. So that was really good. I've seen Swag do this team in chapter 1 for a high score as well. That's also why for level 60 my next one is going to be Bomber, and the reason why I want to do Bomber is because of this. I actually set him up here. So my Bomber can be a 4-star, and I put him at gear tier 8 because that's just where he is now. This is what he's going to come in at. 28.5k health is not a lot. However, if I slap some health glyphs on him, I can have three different locations where I can have health glyphs. So that means 7.5, and then with some secondaries, with some percentage health, maybe all of that will wound up to 10k health. So if we do say 10k health here, that means 38k. Now 38k, now we're beginning to talk. But then we add something on top of that. We add 20% max health. So 38k would be 10k would be 3.8k, and multiply that by 2. That means it's 7,638k. That would put him at 45. So that means my Bomber, who will be the utility, is gonna be able to give me haste. He's gonna be able to do slow, but he's also gonna be able to survive because he has that much health, and he will be getting some healing. So that's where I'm gonna transition with the dwarves. Instead of doing like Biffer, who is actually good with the slow, the cleanse, and everything, this adds value to more chapters, especially chapter 1, where I also want to push for a mithril score. So that's really something I'm considering when I'm planning ahead. And for planning ahead, there's actually something that has popped up today. I just want to mention it briefly. This offer, if you struggle with XP, that's pretty nice, because here you can get one character from level 1 to 60. But I still don't think it's valuable, because as I showed in my calculation to you guys, for an average free to play, this might be 2 weeks worth of XP if you're level 60 and doing all 4 chapters in the raids. Gold, the gold is nice, honestly. That's the only thing that I like about this offer, but it's not worth to spend my money on. This one, if you're not unlocking something here in raids and you have some really good glyphs, maybe it could be worth it. This one, however, I feel is the best offer we've seen so far. 2k, 1k XP, 500,000 gold. This is honestly okay. Offers, because here you can go farm all the blue stuff that you need for upgrading your characters. You can farm all character for shards, and you still have for refreshes if you have light spender due to so you have some gems, or you can just go farm some blue stuff. Like you can go farm Opals, for instance, you can go farm crests, something to gear your squad. Now I'm just using dwarves as an example. You can farm candles, you can farm turkeys for the elves. This one, if you really want to spend, but I see often that they do for lesser value, where also lesser, where you can actually have more bang for your buck. They did one after Christmas. Of course, this one has this in it, so yeah, but still, I don't value it. And then we have a low one here. And the funny thing is, if you total that up by this one, you come in short. 10 times of this gives you 500k, so that's 100k less, and also 500k gold less. You can only buy it once, but it's not good value. So yeah, for me, I'll probably buy this after this video, and I'll go and get it done. And the reason why I'm mostly gonna be spending my hard-earned cash there is because I want the guild energy. Like, they did an offer recently with the energy mats. Like, just the gems refreshes for that would have in chapter 5 would have outperformed the actual value. So yeah, transition, figure out where you want to do your team. Again, I really want to round off on that because chapter 3, I actually couldn't use Thorin. I used my Nuras, where is Nuras? He's here, and I used my Ironhide, and I used my Rohan free because that actually just scored better as of themselves. And also, I know I set it up many times. I've also done a video with swag on this, but Rohan is actually really, really good early on and also late, because here you have exposed. So if you slap a lot of focus on him, or resistance, like you can swap around the glyphs, you can actually make him very viable for chapter 3 and chapter 2 as well. Even chapter 4, because exposed is pretty nice. A massive summon here, defensive stacks, cleanse, etc. There's so many different things. We're just gonna take a look at him really quickly. Like here, he has passive healing, that's nice. He has assist. Overall, it's just pretty good, and he gains turn meter. So yeah, that's overall great. So again, for me, I would really recommend, if you aren't sure where to go with Rohan. If you have someone that you know they are about to launch and play the game on a fresh account, Rohan is the best way to go. It's especially when you get to the higher stars and you get further down the line with glyphs and everything, especially with glyphs for the raids, like, they are really good. I'm kind of sad I pivoted away from them back around level 50, that I didn't farm them, because I've been farming them kind of regularly. But yeah, I might even, despite putting Eothane on hold, I might actually go back to farming him soon, just so I have a way to expand my raid roster and options for the chapters in a few months' time. So yeah, really make sure you do that. Also, I'm gonna be having some really cool ideas for future videos. I'm gonna do a top duo, and that's gonna be pretty interesting. I've thought about that. I'm also gonna be doing my view on a journey ahead post, so that's gonna come out this week, both of them. And I really hope we get some good info from CG once they're back from their Christmas and New Year. And I hope all of them have been safe, just like I hope everyone here has been safe. And my final message for this, as I often do when a new month, be happy, make sure you enjoy the game, and remember, it is just a game. So don't stress too hard, enjoy the game, build out the characters that you enjoy building, and due to glyphs, most of it can work. So yeah, that's the final message here, and I hope we get a very good 2024. So drop your comment down below. How are you facing teams in and out? How are you doing your transitions? And what are you most excited for in 2024 in this game? And I'll see you all in the next video.